Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Way podcast, where we learn in English poco a poco or podcast by podcast. Today, we're looking at about more or less, más o menos, 20 expressions that we use in English all the time that use the word take, right? So that's what we're going to look at, a way for you to improve your speaking, and it's just going to take some time. Okay, guys, let's get into it.
Bienvenido al podcast de The Way. Si quieres aprender inglés y hablar con confianza, estás en el sitio correcto. Hemos ayudado a miles de personas como tú a mejorar su inglés y alcanzar sus objetivos. Visita nuestra web theway.es para conocer más sobre nuestros cursos online desde A2 hasta C1 y descubre cómo podemos ayudarte a avanzar en tu aprendizaje. Además, si necesitas una certificación oficial, también ofrecemos la opción de realizar el examen Language Pair cómodamente desde casa.
I've tried to divide the different ways we use take into different categories to try and make it easier. But let's just see if it works. Maybe the categories help or maybe they don't. Let's start though with stress and life. Now, if you are of the older generation, maybe there is a song, una canción, that you remember from a very famous band called the Eagles. And they have a song called Take It Easy. And I'm going to try and sing it. Don't judge me. It goes, take it easy, take it easy, na na na. Okay, that's enough already. So the expression to take it easy means, sorry, my South African accent came out there. It means to just relax and take life one day at a time. Don't stress out too much and just enjoy. It's very Spanish. It's very much the Spanish way of life, don't you think? To take it easy. Very, at least in the south of Spain, where we enjoy the sunshine every day. Okay. The next one is to take a break. All right. So taking a break is literally what it means, un descanso, to when you are busy with a project and then you get tired. So you are going to take a break. The next one is related to baja. When you want to have baja, like baja médica or baja de un día personal, we say to take time off. Now, it's not only for work. You can also use it for studying. So, for example, you can say, I took time off to go to the dentist, right? So I needed to confirm with my company, with my boss, that I needed a day in the morning, for example, or maybe an hour or two, maybe it's not a whole day, to go to the dentist or the doctor or the hospital or whatever. And the final one for stress and life is to take care, right? You can take care of yourself. It's the same as look after, which is cuidar, right? So to take care, you can use it as un saludo, to like say goodbye. Okay, take care. You can also say that when you have someone in the family, to say, I'm taking care of my grandmother, for example. You can also use it in business when you say I'm taking care of business, meaning I'm looking after my business, what needs to be done. Okay, so we have take it easy, take a break, take time off, and take care of. Okay, let's get to the next bunch. Remember that bunch, B-U-N-C-H, bunch is a word to say a group of something. Okay, like a bunch of grapes. So let's look at the next bunch. Moving on to decisions and boundaries. Now, boundary is like a line, like como, más o menos como una frontera. So you can have physical boundaries, but you can also have emotional boundaries, right? So the first one is take it or leave it. So when you are in a business deal, when you are negotiating with someone, maybe, I don't know, buying a house, or you go to the mercado and the let's go with the mercado, going to the market. And the man says, you have to pay 20 euros. And you go, I only have, efectivo, solo tengo 15, I only have 15 euros. And then the man says, nope, 20 euros, take it or leave it, meaning you accept it or you move on, you leave. Okay, it's a very typical one. Another good one is take a chance. This is also from a famous song. I can't remember what it's called. It goes, I think it's ABBA. She goes, take a chance on me. Da 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 da. Guys, don't judge my singing. There's a lot of songs in English that use good vocabulary. So, yeah, anyway. The next one is to take a risk. When something is dangerous or there is a big consequence if something goes wrong, then we say, you can say, is it worth the risk? Si merece el riesgo? Si. If yes, then you could say, right, okay, let's take the risk, meaning it's worth it. Merece, sorry. Right. Take responsibility is a good one. If something goes wrong, for example, when you were children, you and your brother or sister, you broke something. Maybe you broke the window, right? And between you and your brother or sister, between you and your sibling, the sibling is the word for brother and sister, between you and your brother and sister, you go, Mama, it was my fault. I did it. Es mi culpa. Culpa mía, right? I take responsibility. Okay. The last one for decisions and boundaries is to take action, not just to sit on your bum and take it easy. You need to go out there and be productive and take action. So let's go through those ones quickly. Take it or leave it. Take a chance. Take a risk. Take responsibility and take action. There are some good ones. The next one is more about being polite. Remember that in English, I cannot explain how important it is to come across que pareces bien cuando hablas en inglés. Las palabras son muy importantes. So I'm calling it polite English, educado, or soft, like flojo English. So let's say that you are walking in the street, an old man, a very old abuelito, is walking in front of you, and he goes, I'm so sorry that I'm walking so slow. And you go, no, señor, take your time, no pasa nada. So to take your time maybe is quite similar to take it easy. Not exactly. Take your time just means no tienes prisa, no tienes presión, there's no pressure, you can just do it. There's no fecha de educa. Fecha de educa. I can't remember what it's called. The word is caduca, not de educa, Aurelia. Yes, you see, I have to improve my Spanish at the same time that you improve your English. At least you know, por lo menos sabes que no estás solo. We both have to learn poco a poco. Okay, so what we were talking about, when there is no end date or due date, there's no fecha caduca. So we would say, no, don't worry, just take your time. The next one, when you go to a doctor's office or you're going in a bank and you have to wait, right? They say, okay, it's not your turn. The doctor will be ready with you in 10 minutes. Please take a seat. Now, seat is asiento. Now, listen to the difference in pronunciation. Seat is la I larga. Seat, right? Eso es asiento. Sit, sentarse. Sit is short E, sit, sentarse, sit, seat. Please take a seat. Okay. Another good one when you're trying to be polite and you say, I can help you. Let me have a look, right? Have a look is like a mini vistazo, like you want to quickly have a look. You can also say, let me take a look. Okay. So for this group, this bunch, we can say, take your time, take a seat, and take a look. Now, let's move on to emotions. Emotions has a little bit more vocabulary in it. The first one is to take something personally. When you take it personally, it means that you are offended. You are hurt by what someone said. I once, I was in a conversation with someone, and they said to me, oh, but Aurelia, teaching is so easy. Perdóname. I took it personally. I was highly offended. Teaching isn't okay. Teaching is not there's an expression. It's not rocket science. You know, I'm not like affecting other people's lives, but to truly like They're there. Make a difference in someone's life, whether it is an infant, a child, a teenager, also difficult, or an adult. It's not just sit and relax. I can't take it easy. I really have to take action and work to make sure my students are learning. So I really took it personally. The next one is to take something seriously. Now, when you take something seriously, it means that you are not just relaxing. It's the opposite of take it easy. I'll use my teenagers, for example. I have teenagers in my B2 or C1 class, and depending on their level, but it also depends on their personality. Usually, when you do a B2 or C1, it can take about 2 years to really, really be prepared to take the exam. You need to learn all the new vocabulary, you need to learn the new writing skills. And a lot of my teenagers, they like to take it easy. They have the stress of school. They have so many exams at school, right? So they prefer to take it easy. I give them writing homework and they're like, nah, really, it's okay. I don't need to do homework. And I was like, well, okay, I can't force you. I'm not your mother. However, I have other students that are like, no, I want to get my certificate before bachillerato. So in Spain, if you are listening from other parts of the world, their final years before finishing school, they have 2 years are called bachillerato, and they are like the serious 2 final years of high school. And a lot of students, they want to focus on their bachillerato without the stress of an English certificate. So they say, no, Aurelia, I really need to take it seriously before bachillerato. And I think that's great. But at the same time, everyone, to each their own. Another good expression, which is actually a Shakespeare expression from last week's podcast. To each their own means everybody's different and everybody needs to do what is best for them. If you take it easy and you prefer to focus more in the future, that's fine. If you prefer to take it seriously right now and then take it easy later, that's also fine. Okay, just to clarify. Right. The third one for emotions is can't take it anymore. I just can't take it. A lot of my students, when they prepare for the Cambridge exams, the use of English. Use of English is a terrible activity. I'm an English teacher and I'm a native English speaking person, and I hate the use of English. I understand, más o menos, I understand why the use of English exists, but to be honest, a lot of my students, they're like, Aurelia, no puedo más. I can't take it anymore. Meaning, estoy de harta, or hasta las narices, like, no puedo más. Okay. The next one is, again, you could use it also in your polite English or in your soft English when you want to clarify with someone that you need to tell the truth. You need to be honest. And actually, one of my students said this to me this week. And she said to me, Aurelia, I know that you are going to be the teacher in the simulacro, but don't take it the wrong way. I would prefer if you weren't the examiner. And I said to my student, no, that's fine. I'm not offended. So she wanted to clarify that she wanted to tell the truth, but without hurting my feelings. All right. So it's a very good way to make sure that there is no misunderstandings, is to take or don't take something the wrong way. Right. So you can also say that to take something the wrong way, which is a negative, all right, is very similar to take it personally, to take something personally. Right. And the last one for emotions has to do with humor. Humor meaning when you think something is funny. Now, a joke, I guess you could say, is una broma or chiste, right? You tell a joke. Comedians love to tell a joke. However, when we like to bully someone or when we like to tease. Now, tease is when you make fun of, or when you are like a little mini bully. Like, you know how the relationship between a brother and a sister? Or if you think about children in primary school, kids like to tease. When we say to take the joke, like, okay, I'm not explaining myself very well. Let's say that little Maria is a pelirroja, right? And in English, cuando alguien es pelirroja o pelirrojo, decimos en inglés que no tiene alma. Lo sé, es una cosa muy mal, pero, okay, why am I speaking in Spanish? But when we go, haha, Maria doesn't have a soul, and Maria starts crying, people become defensive, like, well, bueno, I don't know why Maria is crying. She can't even take a joke. She can't take a joke. It's a defensive way that people use to say they are being mean. Cuando estás cruel y quieres defender tu conversación o tu parte de la conversación, decimos, you can't take a joke. No, the joke is not funny, ¿vale? Anyway, I don't know if I explained myself well. If you understand and I explained myself well, please just let me know in the comments. You were like, Aurelia, I understood. Or Aurelia, you lost me. I don't know what you're talking about. Thank God for Google Translate, right? Maybe not Google Translate. Look at some of the other word Spanish-English translation applications. Maybe it will help you. Okay, so let's continue. Emotions. Let's look at the bunch. We have to take something personally, to take something seriously, can't take something anymore, can't take it anymore, to take something the wrong way, and to can't take a joke. Okay, right, fantastic. We have two more small groups. And the second final, I guess you could say the penultimate, is to take advantage. Now, take advantage can be in two ways in English. Well, is aprovechar, right? You can also say make the most is aprovechar. But to take advantage of something could be a negative thing or a positive thing. You can take advantage of a vulnerable person, like the estafas. Take advantage of the little abuelitas when they try to make a scam, right? That's negative. But to take advantage can also be like, I have 5 minutes. Let me take advantage of it and phone the doctor quickly, right? So it can be positive or negative to take advantage of a person or a situation. Take the opportunity. So you take an opportunity or take the opportunity. For example, when you are in your company and your boss says, Oye, Paco, there's this job opportunity that I think you would be fantastic at. You could say, no, thank you. I'm quite happy. Or you could be like, great, this is fantastic. I'll take the opportunity and try something different. Okay. And the last one for this is to take charge. Now, to take charge means to be in control. You are going to be the leader. You are going to be the boss. And when it comes to certain situations, there has to be someone in charge. So I could say there was a natural disaster and everybody was lost and nobody knew what to do and people were panicking. We could say, well, Carmen decided to take charge of the situation and tell people that some people need to do this and some people need to do that. Okay, so let's look at those ones. It's take advantage of a person or a situation, take the opportunity or an opportunity, and to take charge. Now I have two more. And again, although I've grouped them into different, let's say, areas, like for example, this one says gratitude and meaning, it's the best that I could do. Okay, so don't take to heart. Oh, that's another one. Maybe I'll add that one. Don't take to heart exactly the different groupings. Just take them as they come. Oh, another good one. So to take heart and to take things as they come. I'm going to write them down and put them on the list. If you want to see these, you can find them on the website of Dewey, dewey.s, on the podcast link, in the podcast tab. All of the podcasts that I do are there. Okay. Also, if you're listening to this podcast, just by the way, you get 20% off of all our courses from A2 to C1. So you could take advantage of listening to this podcast. You see what I did there? Okay. Right. So back to the podcast. We're looking at the expression take something for granted. Right. Now, to take something for granted, it means that you don't appreciate something fully. You know, when you are married or in a relationship for a long time, right? Eventually, it's very normal. It's like it's not good but in human nature, we tend to relax with our partner, and we sort of don't fully appreciate our partner as much as we should. The expression is, oh, I'm so sorry that I took you for granted. I didn't realize how fantastic you are. You can use this for business when you have an employee that's really good, but maybe they are underpaid. You'd be like, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I took you for granted, right? And the last one is to take notice of something. So to take notice is like to realize that something is there. Okay. I took notice of how Alejandro left the building. I think he was worried about something. Okay. Right. So those are, I said for the take advantage. Okay. So let's look at the final two. Take something for granted and take notice, plus take heart. And the other one I can't remember. I'm going to have to listen again. Okay. Now, to end the podcast, everyone, remember, as normal, I like to have questions for you to think in English or for you to write down and practice your writing. Here are some questions for you to use the vocabulary. Are you ready? Let's go. Number 1. Where in your life right now do you need to take it easy and why? Number 2. What does taking a break look like for you? Oh, no, that was bad. What does taking a break look like for you? Sorry, that was bad English. Okay, number 3. Describe a moment in your life when you just couldn't take it anymore. Number 4. Is there something that someone said recently that you took personally? Number 5. How do you take care of yourself when life gets busy? Number 6. What is one's responsibility you need to take more seriously? Like you understand, but you don't do as much as you should. Number 7. Describe a situation where you had to take a chance or take a risk. Number 8. Who in your personal life do you take for granted? Let's be honest with ourselves here. Number 9. When was the last time you took time off? Right? So remember that time off is your baja. And number 10. What is one small action that you can take today to be happier in your life? Right, everyone. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. I hope that you have found at least 1 or 2 new take expressions that you can add to your vocabulary. Otherwise, I'll catch you next week. Bye.
Si disfrutaste de este episodio y quieres llevar tu inglés al siguiente nivel, te invitamos a descubrir nuestros cursos online en theway.es, diseñados para mejorar tu fluidez y confianza en situaciones reales. Hemos ayudado a miles de personas como tú a transformar su aprendizaje. Visita ahora theway.es y realiza nuestro test de nivel interactivo de manera gratuita. Además, si necesitas una certificación oficial, también ofrecemos la opción de realizar el examen de Mid-Third cómodamente desde casa.